What is going on, y'all? It is Jarek here with Hitched Marketing. And in today's video, we're going to be breaking down specials, discounts, and promotions, and the best way to run specials and promotions to skyrocket your tours and bookings, all without ruining your profit margins, tarnishing your brand, or attracting the wrong types of couples. You might have not thought it was possible. You might have listened to some venue coach and they said, never run a special, not today. All right. Um, Let's go ahead and get into the video. I'm excited to go over this. So, keynote lessons. This is what you're going to learn today. You're going to learn the 3 different types of specials, and you're going to be learning which ones you should be running based on your style of venue and your type of audience. More importantly, your ideal couple. And then you're also going to learn which specials to run and when to run them based on the objective that you're looking to optimize for. Okay, so what outcome you're wanting and how a special can reach that desired outcome. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into it. So the first thing we're going to go over is the 3 different types of specials, discounts, offers, whatever it may be. So this is the biggest thing you need to remember about these offers. What you say in the offer doesn't make the offers different or the outcomes different necessarily from in most circumstances, right? It's more so when you are presenting the offer. That's what makes them different, because based on when you're presenting it is how it's perceived by other people, and it also optimizes for a for desired outcome, right? So, for example, let's go over the 3 here. It's very easy, very, very simple to understand these offers, these specials, and these discounts. Okay. First of all, there's a front end offer. So, a front end offer is used to create awareness, generate leads, and spark initial interest in the venue. This is what you're running ads with, right? You are showing your venue to people that have not ever seen it before, and you are trying to get them to express interest in your venue by saying that you are running a discount, that you are having an offer. This is what you are posting on your social media pages. $2,000 off remaining dates in 2023, right? You know, $2,000 off remaining dates in 2024. You're running ads with this. Okay. This is what you're putting on a banner, on your website. You might be running a Google ad with it. Okay. You are using a special to get people to be interested in your venue. That's what this special is doing. Okay. Then on the reverse side of that, there's a back end offer. You are not running ads with this. You are not using an offer. You're not using a promotion to get somebody to be interested in your wedding venue. On the flip side of that, you are giving them an offer on the back end to somebody that has already expressed interest in the venue, right? So it's really designed to encourage people that have already expressed that they like your venue, to encourage them to take the next step in the sales process, which is to schedule a tour, right? And I'll go ahead and just spitfire some examples of this right now. So an example of this would be somebody inquires to your venue because they like your venue, right? That's the reason they're inquiring, not because there's a special, because you said, hey, like inquire, you downloaded our pricing, like you inquired, you contacted us, you requested a quote and so on. And then once they express interest in our venue, we say, hey, our current special is $2,000 off. To qualify, schedule a tour within the next 14 days, right? Within the next 7 days, whatever it may be. You'll notice here, there's a difference. People are expressing interest in the venue because they like the venue. That's the difference on the back end offer. But then we're giving them an offer to incentivize them to take the next action in the sales process, right? Again, this isn't going to ruin your margins. The way to do it is to not ruin your margins. We never want that to happen, okay? Then here we have the closing offer, okay? So the closing offer is to get somebody to sign a contract whenever they come and tour the venue. We're trying to capitalize on a couple's emotion of falling in love with the venue and saying, hey, if you sign today, we're going to take $1,000 off. We're going to take $2,000 off, right? And and I'm not saying be super salesy and hold it to it there, but you can use this to put yourself in a better sales position later down the road. So you can say, hey, I know you say they can't make a decision. I need to talk to mom or dad or whatever it may be. You can use this as leverage by saying, okay, my boss actually might be a little upset at me for doing this, but can I ask, when are you looking to make a decision by? So then you can actually find out if they're serious. If they say 3 months from now, they're not interested. They say 2 weeks, you say, yeah, my boss might be a little upset at me about this, but I really liked touring you all around the venue. I like getting to know you. I would love to work with you. What I'm willing to do is I'm willing to extend this offer for the next 7 days. I can't do the end of the month. I can't do 2 weeks, but I can do 7 days. Right. And what this is going to do is give them a sense of urgency, right? You're also going to tell them that, there's limited dates available. You're surprised their date hasn't been taken yet. So it's going to give them another sense of urgency and scarcity that there's limited availability, right? Closing offers work really well. Okay. But not everybody runs them, and that's totally fine. Some people don't run any specials. That's okay, right? But I'm just showing you the 3 different types of offers that there are. And the biggest difference is whenever you are giving them or whenever you're presenting them to a couple, right? So the first decision or the first factor in determining what kind of offers you're going to run, the objective of the offer and the audience of the offer, they're going to run, congruently together with each other. So let's go ahead and look at the audience types, right? Because your audience will determine the type of specials you run and how you run them. Okay. So first of all, low ticket, affordable venues. Okay. You know who you are. You know the type of audience you're appealing to. You're appealing to couples that are paying for their own wedding. You're appealing to couples that are a little more budget conscious than other couples, right? Their parents aren't paying for it. They're paying for it. They're looking to fit something within their budget, which is a majority of couples, believe it or not. And this is okay. Know your market. It's business, right? This is totally fine. I picked a venue that was affordable because I was paying for it. You're doing God's work here. All right. Love it. The best part about this is that you have so much flexibility whenever it comes to running specials. If you use price as a competitive advantage to get bookings. So whenever you're talking to people and you're talking to couples and you say, hey, we're more affordable, right? This is great because you're able to offer discounts on the front end with ads saying, hey, save this much. We're this much cheaper than other venues in Texas. You can say save $20,000 on the average wedding in Texas by booking our venue, right? You can say, hey, save $2,000 with this special. You can do that without ruining your brand because your audience is people that are trying to save money, right? Couples that are more budget conscious or conscious of their budget, right? So this is really great because you can run it on the front end and then you can also run it on the back end. Whenever people do inquire, schedule a tour within X amount of time. It makes people pay attention. It gets people to take action faster, right? It makes people look at that pricing brochure. It makes people look at the information you sent them. Oh, if we don't schedule a tour within X amount of time, we're going to lose out on $2,000. It takes somebody from, oh, I'm just kind of looking around to, oh, I should send this to my fiance. If he's interested, we should schedule a tour, right? And then on the back end again, with the closing offer, you can incorporate some sort of discount if they do sign with you that same day, and you can get them locked in. And you can give them an arch, you can take dollars off, whatever it may be. Okay. So the next one, high ticket luxury venues. You have to be a little, and this also goes for venues that are in the middle ground between luxury or high ticket and low ticket. Like say you're in the middle, say you're in a rural area, but you cost more than the other venues. You might not be super expensive if you're trying to compare venues, that are in larger cities, but if you're in Iowa and you're charging a little bit more than your competitors, then this is probably you. So go ahead and kind of consider your market a little bit as well. Again, every market's totally different, right? You don't have to be charging 50 grand to be considered luxury just based on where you're located. Okay. So high ticket luxury wedding venues, you have to, use a little discretion with your offers. I really do not advise having entry or I do not advise having front end offers and running ads for these just because that's not your audience, right? Your audience isn't people looking to save a ton of money on their wedding. Your audience and your ideal couple isn't somebody that's trying to save a couple of bucks by making a decision on a Facebook ad, right? What this is going to do is it's actually going to make couples view your venue as being less valuable by running offers on the front end. It does the verse of what you're actually trying to accomplish, right? But just remember that back end offers, right? And closing offers are really good for high-end luxury venues because you're going to get people to express interest in your venue because they love your venue, not because they want a discount, right? That's why we're not running ads for it. Luxury venues, high-end venues, more expensive venues than the ones that are in their market. We want you to be charging what you're worth, of course, but we want other people to express interest in your venue because they love your venue and everything that it has to offer. Not because you're saying, oh, get a X $1,000 discount on a Facebook ad, right? They're going to see you as less valuable. And if you run these ads for months and months and months on end, it is going to damage your brand. People will start to correlate your venue with doing discounts, right? And your venue, why are they running so many discounts? Are they having troubles getting booked, right? That's what they're going to correlate it with. And we don't want that, right? So next, new venues, okay? Running offers for new venues is brilliant. I don't see enough people do it. This is a great time to establish yourself in the marketplace, and you have 100% flexibility to run offers on the front end, on the back end, and to closing for closes. By the way, all these categories, you can do a closing offer, right? But especially on the front end, say you're a new venue here in a few years, especially if you're a nicer venue, you're going to want to be charging more. You can offer a lot of discounts on the front end. You need to get pictures. You need to get reviews. You need to get your calendar filled up so there's actually demand for your dates. You need marketing material with all the content. You need testimonials. There's so much that you need to get before you start charging your ideal rate, right? And booking your ideal couple. Because if you have a venue down the street that's the same quality of yours, right? That offers the same things that's beautiful, right? And you're charging the same rate as them, couples are taking a risk booking your venue, right? They don't have much to gain by booking your venue. You might maybe have something here. You're not that special, I promise. You're very new, right? Couples are taking a risk. You don't have any testimonials. You don't have any sort of proof of concept. You have no marketing material. So they're looking at your venue online and they're not making the connection the same they do with all the others, right? You need to build that and you need to establish yourself in the marketplace. And the best time to do that is in your early years by running promotions. Okay. You're not trying to be your ideal, get to your ideal couple right as soon as you open your doors. That's just not going to happen, especially if you're in a competitive marketplace. I give a great example. Alicia, our venue success manager, she worked at a very high, now is considered one of the most high-end venues in Maryland, right? And whenever they opened their doors, they were charging $4,000 for venue only, right? They just opened their doors, right? Now, of course, they book, we got them to book well over 100 weddings in their first, I think, 8 to 10 months of booking with us or working with us. And they charge 16 grand now just for the venue only, right? And they didn't charge that at the beginning. They needed content. They needed pictures. There was a certain portion of the venue that wasn't even finished yet, right? So, you have to play this long game, and the best time to run offers for new venues is at the beginning, okay? And I highly suggest it on the front end and, on the back end and closing offers if you're having trouble converting tours to bookings, right? But more importantly, you're gonna find out what offer you need to be running, not only by your audience and, the type of venue you have, but it's going to be based on your current metrics and the objective that you're looking for, right? So whenever I say that, I'm really looking at whatever outcome you're wanting is where you should position the offer. So the reason I say high-end luxury venues, whenever we launch ads and they've been in business for a while, they're getting leads, right? Leads typically is never a problem. Okay. What would maybe sometimes is a problem, converting the leads to tours, making them pay attention, making them take action, making them move to the next stage of the sales process, right? Which is where a back-end offer is really valuable. Creating a sense of urgency, even whenever they just inquired with you, is really good to do, regardless of your style of venue or what your audience is. I love the back-end offer paired with the closing offer, right? Now, if you're needing more leads, okay, a front end offer can help with this. It doesn't matter, okay, if you do a $1,000 off offer, if your pictures suck, your ads aren't going to perform well. You need good pictures. You need good marketing content. Unless your offer is just outrageous, like I'm talking like $3, $4, $5,000 off, something crazy. Or if you're a venue it's grand opening where the picture, people can make sense. Oh, it's a grand opening. Everybody starts somewhere, right? This is a venue in my area. They're offering a good discount. I can get a great venue at what, another great venue, but for half the price or whatever it may be, right? People understand that. But if your pictures suck, your offer needs to be really good. Like you need to have a good offer on the front end in order to get results with the ads. Okay. Now this can be anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 off, $2,000 to $3,000 off. 5,000 is the most bizarre example I've ever said. I've never ran an offer like that. But just an idea for you. If you are a more on the budget conscious side of a wedding venue, if you are running an ad, you can simply find out what the average cost is of a wedding in your state. And then whenever you're running your ad in your photo, in your image, you can say, save, for example, venues in Texas. I've done this before. Weddings in Texas are like $30,000 on average. And we ran an ad that said, save $20,000 on your big Texas wedding, right? Because the average cost is 30 grand, this venue all inclusive was like 11, right? So people on average would save versus the average cost of a wedding in Texas. That offer did really well, got a lot of leads, paired it with the back end offer to get those leads to convert into tours. We were going crazy. Okay. It worked really well. Right. So the offer, if you don't have good pictures, it has to be really good. Either way, you saying get 5% off, it's not going to be a game changer in the amount of leads that you're getting. I'm being honest. Your pictures are the most important part. Now, if you need more tours, again, a back-end offer after the initial inquiry. This is amazing. You're setting a good tone for your relationship in the sense that they're inquiring because they like you. They like your venue. They're not inquiring because you did a special. They're inquiring because they like your venue and what it has to offer. They see the offer as more valuable now that you're offering it on the back end instead of the front end. They see it as much more valuable. They actually think they're getting something, right? Because they already like your venue. Great example of this. Offer $1,000 off if they schedule a tour within 7 to 14 days, right? Offer, $1,000 off if they schedule a tour by July 31st, right? Initially, again, we're trying to sell them on the next stage. You're not saying book by XYZ. You're not saying book by the end of the year. That still gives them enough time. You could even say book by or schedule a tour by this date, right? And you can even mention like, hey, you just have to schedule the tour by this time. It can be for next month, but you just have to lock down your tour date, especially if you're a destination venue, or you can even say it's a virtual tour, whatever it may be. This is a great offer, okay? This works really well, especially if you're getting a lot of leads. It makes them pay attention. You're going to get more tours from it. You're going to get more sales from it. Need more bookings, same day incentive. I love these. I know everybody does not do them. If you do them right is the most important part, okay? If you just finish your tour and you say, hey, just letting you know, if you sign a contract right now, we're going to give you $1,000 off. Do you want to log down your date? You sound like a used car salesman, right? We don't want that, right? Whenever you really identify and build the gap between what they're actually wanting, right? And making sure that like what they're actually wanting in their wedding, and you walking through that tour and correlating you even through their pre-tour survey. We're looking for something that's organized, that's planned, that's streamlined. And man, you just hit every single dot, and they absolutely love the venue. They're taking pictures, right? They are just drooling, foaming at the mouth. And you've built a gap between where they're currently at, what they're looking for, and you're right here. You're able to meet that, and the price fits, everything fits. And you just look at them and you say, hey, I really enjoyed getting the chance to know you and touring with you. Take a minute to talk to each other. Take a minute to take the venue in on your own, right? Take some pictures. And whenever you're ready, come see me. We'll go ahead and break down dates and pricing. They go and they meet with you. You ask them how they're feeling. They say, man, we're feeling great. We love the venue. It was amazing, right? Like definitely it's awesome. The price, you just broke it down. It works. And you just say, hey, well, I wanted to let you know, I really like getting the chance to meet with y'all. We're offering $1,000 off if you guys do decide to make this decision today. Then if they say, oh, hey, it's not a good fit, no big deal. Okay. You say, hey, you go back to that line. You extend it for them, and just for them, they think it's special. Okay. More importantly, you find out when they're looking to make a decision. You position yourself to follow up with them in 7 days to see if they have any questions. Try to get that incentive locked down, right? More importantly, you got them thinking about the right things whenever they leave. You're going to book more weddings with this offer. And you're actually going to hear the objections to your face instead of them, you never hearing from them again and them messaging you like, a month later, yeah, we picked XYZ venue. They offered us a discount, or we picked XYZ venue for X reason, whatever. And if they said that to your face, you would have been able to overcome it. Now, how to do it without losing money. Okay. Honestly, it's fairly simple. Increase your pricing and make the special the normal pricing. Okay. So what I mean by that, if you're pricing, let's just say your pricing is $10,000. Okay. And you want to run a special, raise your pricing to 11. And then the offer is $1,000 off. Okay. So then the special offer makes the pricing 10 grand, which is what you were charging in the first place. Now, what you're able to do is leverage the pricing to eventually charge more. Okay. Just to be very clear here, in that first option, you are not losing money. And if you're working with us, you know that the pricing brochure changes that are retroactive. So everybody always sees the updated pricing brochure. Nobody's going to see your old pricing, right? So you don't got to worry, the brochure I have already says it's 10,000. That's never going to happen. If it does, send me a message on Slack. I will personally go and handle it. Okay. But that's not going to happen. So how you can actually leverage specials to increase your pricing. Okay. Honor the special and the contingencies you set to qualify for them. Okay. So if you said that the offer was to schedule a tour within 7 days, okay. If they schedule a tour on day 8, do not honor the special. Charge them what you said in the brochure. People will still book with you. Okay. Same with the incentive-based offer. If you extend it, even if you extend it a second time, if they don't book with you within that time frame, charge what it would have cost without the offer. People will still book with you at the higher rate, and it's going to give you a proof of concept so that you know you can increase your pricing. People are booking with you at a higher rate than what you're currently charging with the offer. So you know that you can increase your pricing. And whenever you do increase your pricing, right, you just run another offer, right? So like if you increase your pricing, you say, okay, it's 11, and say you get a lot of bookings at the $11,000 rate, right? Then you know, okay, I'm going to increase my pricing to 12, and now the 11 is the incentive-based offer, right? And that segues you to the next 6 months to the next year to where now you can go to $12,000, right? Because people will still book with you at 12,000. I think that a lot of people, they get very touchy about pricing because it's a touchy subject. You don't want to charge too much because you don't want to be priced out of your market and you don't want to lose bookings. But you don't want to, charge too little to where, you're leaving money on the table. So I understand this and I understand why it's stressful. This is the best way to segue into it because you're putting the ball in their court. If you're thinking about increasing your pricing, doing a special is a fantastic way to do it. Okay. We've done this for so many of our venues. We've spent $50,000 plus. I'm talking at least running specials on the front end, right? We've done the specials on the back end. We've done promotions on the back end. I can tell you right now, your best offers are going to be your back end and your closing offers. These are going to make the biggest impact. We only do pretty much the offers if a venue's like in a super remote area, they're trying to get people from the city to come out and view their venue, and there's a downside of travel, and they don't have lodging and so on at their venue. So we're trying to do a front end to get just like a ton of leads, right? It's just also, if there's a venue and they're like a conveyor belt, they do 5-6 events a week, then yeah, we do a lot of offers on the front end just to ramp up their leads. But for the most part, we love the back end offer. Yeah, it's amazing. So I'm just kind of scrolling through these. But anyways, again, this doesn't go into, there's going to be certain circumstances where, yeah, like a high-end venue can run a front-end offer, right? If they have, very limited dates remaining in 2023, 2024, and they're just like, oh, there was a cancellation, whatever it may be, right? Maybe you can run a special on weekday events you can run specials for and you can run ads for on the front end, right? Because, those might just be less desirable for you and you're trying to get them booked, and people won't correlate that with tarnishing your brand because they're like, oh, it's a weekday, right? People that are budget conscious. Yes, you are appealing to that budget conscious audience with those ads, right? Which makes sense. Everybody knows that a weekday event is going to be cheaper than the weekend, right? But even with limited dates, you don't even need to run an ad. You can probably send out a bulk text message, a bulk email to everybody that toured your venue that was interested in a 2023 date. And you can say, hey, like, we're offering a special on these last remaining dates, or remaining dates. We had somebody cancel, whatever it may be. Whenever you do a bulk announcement like that, guess what? Somebody's probably going to sign or express interest, and you didn't even run an ad for it. You just send it out to your email list, to your contact list, and you got it booked, right? Which is amazing. And then also, if you do run a special, you can send it out to all your previous leads that haven't toured yet, which is fantastic, right? It's like a reactivation campaign. Makes people pay attention. Oh, what was this venue again? Oh, I forgot about this. Oh, yeah, $2,000 off. We scheduled. Back then, whenever I inquired, I wasn't interested. Now I am. Oh my gosh, I'm getting a phone call. Jeez. Okay, my bad. So, they weren't interested, and now they're interested, right? So, this is amazing. I highly suggest it. This is specials, offers, discounts. I hope you love it. And if you have any questions or if you feel like I missed anything, which I don't think I did, you let me know. But thanks for watching. Bye, y'all.